guys, this is Rachel from Cypress Textiles, and today we're going to make the ghost gum square from the 2018 reboot of the Vibrant Vintage Crochet Along. I'm going to start with a slip knot and chain 3. And then slip stitch in the third chain from the hook to make a ring. And in my ring, I'm going to make single crochet, chain 1, and I'm going to do that a total of 8 times. Single crochet, chain 1 8 times, and then we'll join into this first single crochet right here. So I'll be right back. Okay, I've got my first round finished here with a chain 1 on my hook, and if you can see my first single crochet there, I'm going to go ahead and slip stitch into it to join the round. So round 2, in this chain, everything's kind of hard to see right here, but you can break it up into chains and single crochets. Just make sure to pay attention where you're going to put your hook through. So here's my first chain, and in that chain I'm going to single crochet, just go straight into the single, you don't need to chain up, then chain 1, 3DC, we're making a petal, so 3DC, and then chain 1 again, and then single crochet in the same chain space. So that is our petal. Okay, single, chain 1, 3DC, chain 1, single. Okay, now skip over this chain space here, make another chain space. So chain 1, skip 1 chain, and then in the next chain space, make your petal again. Single crochet, chain 1, 3 double crochet, chain 1, and single crochet. Okay, so don't forget to skip over the chain space there and make your chain straight over that chain space. Now work 2 more of these petals and we'll join our round. Alrighty, so my round 2 is complete now, and I've got a chain on my hook, and I'm ready to skip over this last chain space and slip stitch into the first single crochet of the round. Okay, so at this point, I want to insert my hook from back to front, release your loop, okay? Insert the hook from back to front through that joining stitch, and then grab your loop and pull it through to the back. Okay, now chain 3, once your loop is at the back, you're ready to go ahead and continue. So chain 3, and this chain space is gonna be behind the petal. So you're gonna work onto this chain space, but you're gonna have your petal out in front. So the next thing is going through both of these chain spaces. Basically the chain space from round 1, and then also encasing the chain space from round 2, and you're gonna make a single crochet. So that's gonna just go through, put your hook into the chain space of the first round, and then make a single crochet, chain 3, okay, and going behind the petal again, kind of lean the petal forward, same thing, go into that chain space from round 1, and around the chain space from round 2 as well, and make a single crochet. Okay, so my round is done, and I've got my final single crochet on the hook now, and I'm ready to start working into this chain space here. So what I'll do is just go ahead and go straight into the chain space. You don't even have to join anything, just go straight into that chain space with a beginning DC. Okay, and then after you do your beginning DC, which is single crochet, chain 1, you're gonna make 6 more double crochets on there. Okay, 4, and that way you have 7 double crochets total, including this beginning DC here. So 6 and 7. Okay, 7 DCs altogether. Now we're going to chain 1 and then make a single crochet in your single from the previous round. In another chain, and then go ahead and start your 7 double crochets. And that's going to be our repeat. Okay, round 3 is complete now, and I have a chain 1 space on my hook ready to join in the top of that beginning DC with a slip stitch. So just locate your chain space, your chain of your beginning DC, and slip stitch into it. And then in the next stitch, make a single crochet and chain 2, and then skip 1, single crochet in the next stitch, chain 2, skip 1, single crochet in the next stitch again, chain 2, and now you're going to make a double crochet into your single crochet stitch from the previous round. All right, so let me show you that repeat again. You're going to chain 2, skip the first DC, single crochet into the next DC, chain 2, skip 1, single, chain 2, skip 1, single. And now your final DC remains unworked and your chain space is unworked. So you're going to make a double crochet into the single. All right, and that is our repeat around. So this is what the round kind of looks like so far. Okay, our round is ready to join now. So I've got 2 chains on the hook here, and I'm ready to slip stitch into the first single crochet of the round. And then we're ready to work straight into the next chain space to start the next round. So go ahead with a beginning DC, single crochet, chain 1. And I use this beginning DC also as a beginning HDC because there's not a whole lot of difference in between them. It'll kind of squat down for an HDC or it'll stand tall for a DC. So this is going to be a half double crochet round. So just go ahead and work 2 half doubles in the same chain space and then chain 1. And our repeat is going to be chain 1, 3 half doubles in the next chain space. All right, all the way around. Okay, so just chain 1 and then work 3 half doubles in every chain space around. All right, so this round is complete now, and I've got 1 chain on the hook ready to join. So in the beginning DC chain space there, go ahead and make your slip stitch, and then you're going to make 2 slip stitch in these next 2 stitches here. Make a slip stitch, that way we're getting to our chain space. And in your chain space, make a single crochet, chain 3, and then single crochet in the next chain space. And that's our repeat, very simple repeat, just chain 3. Already, that was an easy and quick round. I've got 3 chains on the hook, and just slip stitch into your first single crochet. And in the first chain space here, you're going to make 3 single crochet. All right, and then in the next chain space, double crochet, chain 1, double crochet. All right, into this single crochet right here is going to be our corner. So double crochet, chain 1, double crochet, chain 3, DC, chain 1, DC. All right, that's our corner there. Kind of a lacy little corner. And in our next chain space here, DC, chain 1, and DC. All right, now we're back to single crochet again. So we're going to work 3 singles into the chain space. And after that 3 single crochet, just make 1 more single crochet into your SC stitch there for the center stitch. Now we're back to our repeat. So 3 singles. Okay, I'll just show you on the side because we're into our repeat now. All right, so 3 singles, and then a double crochet, chain 1, double crochet, and then in the next single crochet in here, it's going to be the corner. DC, chain 1, DC, chain 3, DC, chain 1, DC, and then in the next chain space, DC, chain 1, DC, 3 singles in the next chain space, and a single crochet into our single from the previous round. All right, and that's our repeat. So just make that 3 more times and then get back to the beginning. Okay, now that my round is complete, all I need to do is work my very last single crochet into this single from the previous row. And I just wanted to show you, we had slip stitched into that stitch before, so we're just gonna work not into the slip stitch, because this is just a single crochet. It looks better, I find, when you work actually into the single crochet itself with your stitch. All right, so now I'm ready to join this with a slip stitch here. And then on our final round, we're just going to don't start with the joining stitch, start with the next stitch and make your first single crochet. And now you're just gonna make singles in all of the stitches and spaces until you reach your corner. So you've got some chain spaces there to work into. All right, and I'll show you guys, I'll back up. So there you go. So you've got a little bit of chain spaces here. These two are 2 DC in a row without any chain space in between, just so you don't get in the you know, chain space DC, chain space DC. These ones don't have a chain space in between. So now I'm ready for my corner, and I'll just make 3 single crochet in the corner. All right, and then just make single crochet in all the stitches and spaces across until you get to your next corner. And that's our repeat. So once I'm done with that, the round is finished and we can weave our tail. Okay, so this round is complete. So now I'm just ready to do my very last single crochet like before. I just wanted to show you that I'm going around the slip stitch and into the actual single crochet itself with my single. Now I'm ready to slip stitch and join and cut my tail. Okay. All right, weave our tail, so we go back to front through both loops of the stitch to the left of the joining stitch and pull the tail to the back. Okay. Now in all of the subsequent stitches to the right of the joining stitch, go back to front through back loop only and pull the tail down through until the tail is finished. All right, and that's it. So now we've got our ghost gum square, and you might have to kind of work with it a little bit to get it completely square, but either way, just for the pictures, I mean, but whenever you go ahead and join it to all of your other squares, it'll block out quite nicely with all of the chain spaces going on. So I hope you guys liked the ghost gum square, and I will see you guys for the next one. Happy crafting!